Hey folks, it's Ridgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Alps Panorama at the Northern Sea here in Farming Simulator 19. So what have we got? We had like a 12.5, something like 12.5 meter cut. So when we got 4 of these running, we got 50 meters of grain being cut continuously at the moment. We're doing a 50 meter cut. Right here, right now, we've got a 50 meter cut. That's pretty impressive actually. A 50 meter cut, that is actually pretty good. Like, it doesn't matter who you are, 50 meter cut is reasonably impressive. Now, I've got one more little bit that I can put into here, but then I'm running out of space. I'm absolutely running out of space in here. Which one am I unloading? Oh, he was on 30-odd% on here. So, no, I'm going to have to go and unload now, which means that I got one combine at 70% full. I think that would be number 4. That's going to be our next target, is getting number 4 unloaded, but not going to go and get him now. As soon as I've gotten this grain off of here, this one's completely, yeah, we're going. Right, we're going to unload this. As soon as we've got unloaded, then we can head back. But number 4 will be parked up by that point, and I suspect number 3 will be pushing for parked up at that point as well. It's just going to make life a little bit more tricky for us. That's all right. It's not the end of the world. Actually, no, that'll be fine. I was just thinking that maybe they're going to like cause trouble with each other, but I don't think they will. I think they will be all right. As long as we're very careful, we keep all of it moving together. Let's just back you up a little tiny bit and then switch to the second one. Get those 2 trailers unloaded there, and then I can switch to the third trailer like that. That front one is just about unloaded, so let's pull you forward a bit like this, and I can get the next trailer unloading like that. You can get start. Oh, wait, no, I pressed the wrong button there. I want to start the trailer unloading. And then I can pull forward a bit, select the next trailer, and as soon as that one gets up onto the thing, I can start that one unloading as well. And that's all of those dumped in. So now 115,000 litres. Well, not quite 115,000. It's close to 115. We got 100 and lots. We got 100 and lots thousand litres of grain unloaded, and number 4 is ready to unload. Actually, that's pretty good, considering the time that the time that we're sort of moving and keeping everything going. Number 4 back there is stopped, so we want to get that one unloaded, and then number 3 is what we'll do. Number 3 after we've done number 4, so that we can keep them both going. So I'll run up there now, line up with number 4. And get that one going. No, I was thinking the problem we're going to have is that number 4 and number 3, they're going to hit each other in the field. Of course they're not. They don't hit each other in the field on this configuration when we're doing the land work, because number 4 turns around, he does his own line. He doesn't actually need anything else to be running on there. So I'll bring you whizzing around like this, and I can get you lined up there. So I'll just put the truck down the center of that line like that, and keep it going, get it into the back trailer on there. If I just sort of do it like this, I don't want to go too fast, otherwise that spout is going to be put away, and that's going to cause us a problem or two. So I just need to follow you along just for a while, and then we can go over and we get on to combine number 3. We get that one fully unloaded. As soon as that one is completely unloaded, we can then head over to number 1 and number 2. And just keep them ticking along as well. I think number 1 is actually going to be full in a minute. Number 2 is going along all right. But I'm pretty sure it's number 1 that is now at 95%. 94. Now it's 95. Pretty sure. Yeah, number 1. It's just said he's got to be unloaded. I reckon he's probably going to try and cut himself a little notch. So you keep going there. And then we can move out onto this one. And I got 20,000 litres right in that back trailer. I'm going to pull up here and going to get you unloading next. You're going to put 5,000 litres into that back trailer, or 4,500, and just fill up that back trailer for us. As soon as that one's done, we can just pause a second and let you pull forward to the next one. But of course, you're going to put your spout away first, just because you're going to be difficult about it all. And then we can get that one starting to unload and fill up that next trailer back. The reason that I do it from the back trailer first, I know that ideally in the real world you wouldn't do that. You would fill from the front. The reason I do it like this and fill from the back first is because I can't always guarantee that I'm going to be able to fill the back one. So I take the chance and I get it. As soon as I've got the chance to be able to fill the back one with relative ease, I go for the back one. The front one is a lot easier to adjust as you're driving along. So if we've got any difficulty with unloading, we go for the front one. In the meantime, we can use the back one. That's why I'm constantly going for that back one first. It just works out a little bit better for us. You are actually now completely unloaded. That's fine. And we go on round over this way. So I want to go and unload number 1. And then we can hop back, because number 2 is currently on 67%. Number 1 is full. So we will go and unload number 1. That one will be done on the... while he's traveling. Done on the fly. And then number 2, we can just drop back a bit for number 2. Number 2 is still... He's not... Oh, yes, he is. Number 2's going up there. Number 2, this... I'm just... The straw right here, that's from combine number 2 right there. That one is just pulling in behind 1. So we want to keep number 1 moving. We've got to make sure he stays ahead of the game, because stays ahead of the others. Swing on round this way. And start you working on here. Those 2 combines there are quite close together. I'm not entirely happy about just how close 3 and 4 are. We might have to, next time number 4 stops, leave number 4, just stop where he is for a minute, let him park up for a while, and let number 3 pull on ahead a little bit more. Currently 2 and 1 are far enough apart from each other that they're working alright, and 3 and 4 are definitely far enough away from 1 and 2 that we're not going to have any issues with that. Now that bit has filled up there completely like that. I'm going to keep this one going. I'm going to keep it unloading. I'll start putting you into the second trailer. And then I can drop back and we can go and... number 2's now stopped. So I'll keep going with this one. Keep emptying this one out. So that I've got... He'll have a completely empty tank before he goes off to start his next section. Which is now. And he's emptied out. Right, because he's emptied out, he's stopped already. He's not leaving the spout out to try and fill us up as we go. So I will anchor round and we'll go chasing after number 2 up here. This is where it's going to start getting a bit more tricky, I think. I don't know. Because number 1's heading out into a longer section over there. I don't know if that's going to cause us any problems. Don't know about that one. It might not. I need a drink a second. No, number 1's not doing too bad down over there. He's actually keeping it moving fairly well. So I can now pull up and get number 2 going. Like this. Number 3 and 4 over there. We will keep number 3 moving for now. Number 4, I'm going to let that one fill up completely. So number 2 here is unloading and unloading rapidly. Number 4 will be the one that's now at 83%. And that one we're just going to let fill up and stop for a minute. And then we'll come back to it a little bit later. And just to give 3 a little bit of a chance to pull away from him. That, I'm hoping, is going to sort of stop us having any major issues with any collisions on those 2 combines. Number 3 should be getting to the point where he's going to pull up, do his turn around and come back down to the next one. You, number 2, right here. Oh, no, you're full. You're full. You're right, you can stay there. We'll head over this side then, and we'll get number 3 unloaded. That's got to be our next one, I think. If we go with number 3, because, yeah, number 4, I'm going to leave it right there, and I'm not going to do anything with it for a minute. I'm going to go to number 3, and I'm going to unload that one first. Then I'm going to go and empty out completely, and then we'll come back, and we get number 4 running, and we can get number 3 after that. We'll take something off. So, something like that. We're going to have to juggle these a little bit. If we can juggle these carefully, we should be pretty good to go. It's just making sure that they can all turn round in the right places and keep moving. So long as they are all able to turn. Have a look at them. What are you doing? Right, you're coming down here and getting ready to start your next line. Number 4 is waiting to unload. Number 1 is heading up this way and going to soon be turning around and coming back down again. He's not going to need to stop like in the middle of the field at all, so he's going to be good to go. And you're coming up there. That's fantastic. You're coming this way, and you're coming up along there, and you're parked up. Excellent. Right, so far, so good. And then you in here. Right, since I've seen you last, I have been on holiday for 2 weeks, so I have not been here for 2 weeks doing this, and I have also, well, since I seen you last, since I seen you last, you seen me only a few seconds ago. So yeah, I've been away for 2 weeks. I've had my 2-week holiday, and I've just come back and I've set it going. So far, it seems all right, but I did have to update the game because I've also got the Kverneland DLC that I was kind of given by Giants, except that I've got to activate it before I actually came onto the map, which is a little bit inconvenient. It does sort of slow things down a little bit for us, but so I can't show you that one. It is going to be featured. I will probably be using it in the very next series, so it will be there. But I've had to update the game as well. I wasn't running on version 1.6, but I am now running on version 1.6. So I've got to... I don't know if there's any significant alterations that we need to take into account as far as courseplay is concerned or anything like that. We will have to wait and see. We will have to find out. I don't really know what's going to happen at the moment. Right now, it sort of seems to be working. Because I did a game update, I am getting some bits of lag when I'm turning round. But that's kind of a normal thing. You get that when you've had a big game update. So I'm not very concerned about that. We've got the combines busy working across the field. We've got this sort of longish strip over here. Let me just straighten out a little bit over there. Kind of like that there. Right, he's unloaded. So I'm going to whiz round over to that combine over there. And then we've got that bit over that side. And then that'll be it. That we will have done the harvest. And that will be it completely then. We won't be doing any more on this map. It will all be over. And I realise that I did talk about potentially uploading this map. We will see if I can find somewhere suitable that I will upload it. I've also got the Black Mountain one and the Boulder Canyon one once that one's finished. The only problem with all of the maps is that they've all had alterations done to them. So you're not going to be able to play on what I've been doing. But I have talked about that previously, so we won't go into that in too much detail. But basically, long story short, I'm not sure that you're going to be able to use the map even if I do upload the save game file. Because I can't go uploading the alterations to the map that I've done. I think this one you'll have the least problems with, but there are going to be issues, I would think, regardless. So, yeah. There is that to take into account. Now, one other thing that I was told, a mistake that I made, let's not go to you, let's go to this one right here, is if I go into here, no... Vehicle Convoy. Activate Vehicle Convoy. This is what I should do. Apparently, I've got to have activated Vehicle Convoy on all of them. And that will stop them from running into each other. Does kind of make sense, I guess. So, I will just activate Vehicle Convoy. I don't know if I've got the right Vehicle Convoy or not. Don't know if it's the bit that I want to have. I've absolutely no idea. All I'm going to do is click on Vehicle Convoy. It says maximum distance, 100 meters. So I don't know if that does sort of keep them all traveling together in a big long line or not. I've absolutely no idea about that. You have turned up here rather inconveniently. So I suppose I ought to move out of the way. I'll do that in a second. So let's activate Vehicle Convoy right there and then skip through to this one. Now, if I move you out of the way, our trailer will defy all known laws of physics and do that. I got a combine waiting there and I got a combine waiting there. So 3 and 4 need to be unloaded. We got to go and get rid of this wheat that we're carting around. I got... Oh, he's down over there. He's down over there on that bit. So he's going to be catching up with those two in a minute. That dude over there, he's coming up through this side. So they won't run into each other because the one that's just coming down here, he'll turn around and he'll go and finish that bit off. So that is what he will deal with. We won't need to worry about that. this truck here, we just want to bring this one through into here, and we'll get this one unloaded in here in the yard, and then we get back out in the field and we get those other 2 combines unloaded. So this shouldn't take too long. We can run in here, we jump up onto there, and we can get the front 2 unloading immediately, like that. It's number 1, and if I switch to number 2, I can start unloading that one. Switch to number 3. Once number 1 is open, we can start inching forwards a bit. There we go. Number 1 is empty. So that will allow us to get number 3 up on the bridge and start unloading. And then we can get number 4 up on the bridge as well. And get that one unloading also. Right. Very quick. If we do this right, if we sort of allow it to flow through just right, we are able to get them unloaded pretty quickly. And I do like that. Efficiency is the watchword here. That's what we want. We do want some efficiency. Not very efficient, the bit on the corner right here. I'm not quite sure what happened with that. I do remember it missing out the corner completely and thinking that it had gone slightly doolally, and I stand by that. I stand by that instant snap judgment of the driver having gone completely and utterly insane, which is why he did what he did. And yeah, I absolutely stand by that, and I would say it again. He has gone absolutely, completely insane. So I'm going to go and wondering, I want to test out this vehicle convoy setting. I want to see what this is going to be like. So if I go over now to the front, no, not the front combine, I'm going to go and start unloading the back combine just to see whether or not that is going to make a difference. But he's on 95% full. He's not full. So I think he's like stopped in convoy. Whether it's working properly, because what they were doing before is they were just driving into each other. But I didn't set that on a convoy setting before he stopped. He stopped beforehand. So whether it was because the other combine was already on a convoy? No. So which one is 95%? This dude here seems to be just stopped and waiting anyway. He's not planning to go anywhere, is he? He's just waiting there like good boy. Let me go forward a bit more. There we go. I get that unloaded into the rear trailer, and then we can go on to the next combine there and get that one going. That's stopped all the way down. We'll unload those others in a minute. We'll worry about them in a minute. Let's get this one offloaded first. There, 15,000. 18,000 litres. Just about. Right. That one's done. He's still just parked up. He's not doing anything. He's just going to stay there. Well, that's fine by me. I don't mind that at all. He can just stay there. And then this one here, he's now going to travel. He's going to start moving. And so then the one behind, he should start moving as well. That's what I'm hoping will happen. I want to be sort of over half a width, because otherwise he's going to keep doing that, which is a bit of jolly pain. And then the one behind has now started moving. So the convoy setting is what we needed to do to stop them all driving into each other in that haphazard fashion that they were doing previously. Okay, well, I've learned something new. Still don't like courseplay. Just because it's now working properly doesn't mean that I actually like it. I stand by my prejudice. I absolutely stand by my unashamed, unabashed prejudice. It will not change. I have no intention of changing my mind and saying that I think that it is wonderful. I do need to... Ooh, okay, I'm wiggling all over. Are you full now? I do wish it wouldn't keep doing that. It's the bit where it sort of folds in and out all the time. That is more than a little bit frustrating. Somebody said that there was something about as a script, and there is actually... I think someone said there was a mod that you can use to disable that little bit of a script. It's nothing to do with that. It's nothing to do with courseplay. That's base game. Where it folds, it's got to fold the spout all the way back in and then out again. Because it didn't used to do that. That wasn't a feature in the game originally. It used to just put it out. If the trailer was there, it would stop and it would reverse and put the spout out. But it doesn't do that anymore. It just kind of decides to do whatever it decides to do, and then doesn't do any more. It's a bit of a nuisance. But yeah, it definitely didn't used to be a thing. It used to just stop part way if the trailer came back within range, and then it would put the spout back out again. It didn't have to fold all the way in. So I miss that. I miss that. I miss those days. It's the good old, it's the glory days. So, I mean, we are going to be moving on to Hagenstead next, which is going to be reenacting the glory days. So we will be able to see some of that in action. It won't be this, though. It won't be the spout thing. That will still be FS19, because I am going to be playing FS19. I'm not going back to playing FS13. I'm not doing that. And I know I could do. I know that is an option, and some people have actually asked me if I could do something like that. Go back and play an older version of the game. Where are you going? Like, seriously, why are we driving all the way down over here? We're still going. I don't want you to keep going. I want you to stop. There we go. You emptied out? Yes, he is. He's emptied out completely. I don't know why he's still driving. There isn't any grain left in there. You're not combining anything. This is what happens when you work with robots instead of real people, isn't it? That's the problem. I've figured this out. I've spent all this time complaining about the hired help. It's not hired help at all, is it? It's not brainless hired help. What we've got here is robots. That's what's causing the problem. We've got robots. Robots are causing the problems. You hire people, they're able to think for themselves a little bit. So they've got a fighting chance. But robots, they're just programmed to do exactly one thing and one thing only, and then that's it. It's game over as far as everything else is concerned. Where are the... Oh, there he is. He's down over there. He's cutting in a new line up across the field. Don't know what he should... I think actually that's the 19% combine. I think that's the one that's on now 20%. So he should be able to get right the way up through the field before we've got to go and unload him. Kind of hoping he does, because I don't want to have to chase him all the way across the field. That's going to be a bit of a time-consuming process. So you've got to wait for him to do the little cut-in, and I don't know how well he's going to be able to do that cut-in using courseplay. Yeah, I know that we got the convoy thing in place, but whether that's still actually, whether it's going to work, don't really know. That's a little bit touch and go, really. It could go either way on that. We'll see in a minute, as soon as we get down over there. What should we got? We really done really well. I'm surprised at just how well we've done on this. I'm impressed with how well we've done on this, to be honest. I think that we can give ourselves a little bit of a pat on the back concerning our work that we've done here. Now, I'm going to run all the way down over there, and I'm going to unload that back combine first, because he's at 69%. And then I should be able to come up round and grab the front combine, take some off of that one, and that's probably going to be a full load. So I need to run that back to the yard. No. Don't go to... No, we really don't want to go tipping over. I managed to go 2 whole weeks doing my work, driving. Those of you who don't know, I'm guessing that some of you figured out I was on holiday because there was no videos last week. It was a working holiday. I was driving an excavator for someone, and there's a whole load of pictures of it on my Instagram. I posted a picture every day on my Instagram, or just about every day, I think. The stuff that I was doing. And it was loads of fun. I had loads of fun doing that. We didn't have any disasters. We did have something break down, but that's not really, bad driving disaster. That's just these things happen disaster. Oh, I filled the back one. Right. So yeah, we had. I had great fun. I spent 2 weeks driving an excavator. And yeah, it's only a 12-ton one. It's quite a small thing by a lot of people's standards. It's not a mini digger. It's a step up from a mini digger, but it's by a lot of people's standards, still a 12-ton machine is only a little baby thing. But it's the biggest one that I've driven for more than 20 minutes, and I got to spend 2 weeks sitting on it, which was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I got a whole load of video footage of doing it. I got some video footage that I think is sort of okay. There is some sort of live video footage with machine sounds. There was a little bit where I tried to talk, but then realized after that first day that the GoPro doesn't record sound very well from where I was sitting in my cab, so that didn't work out very well. But there is a bit like that. And then I've also got some... Right, you're done. Now I need to go and get some off of this front one. And then I did quite a lot of time-lapse. Because the GoPro, I've got the cheap version, you've only got about 2 hours of battery if you're recording normal video footage. Now, I figured that, you know, that was alright for the first day or two. I did some clips so that I had, like, different bits, and I used up my 2 hours of footage, and then that was it. But then I actually realised, oh, there's a time-lapse setting on this. I'd kind of like time-lapse. Some of you may have figured that I got a bit of a thing for time-lapse. So I recorded most of the 2 weeks' work in time-lapse. So it doesn't have the sounds of the machine on it. But it did mean that I was able to leave it recording. I'd set the camera up in different places, and I could have it recording for the entire day. So I was able to get a whole lot more stuff. I was able to show a lot more of what I was up to. It just meant that you didn't have sounds, and you haven't got me talking either. So I'm not quite sure how I'm going to go about editing it. I'm thinking I'm going to do maybe a video a week of, you know, one day at a time, and then... I don't know yet. I don't know. It's probably going to be, you'll get a video a week of my live videos, and it will be, you know, 1 day per week on my video, and I'll release it like that. Something along those lines. I've got absolutely no idea. And after that, then we'll see. If people really like the idea of watching me do real life stuff in time-lapse, then maybe I could also film myself doing other things. Although... my day-to-day life is not all that exciting. I will be honest. I sit in front of a computer and I play games. So, yeah, there's not going to be a lot to watch when I'm doing my... if I was to start doing a time-lapse vlog, it really wouldn't be very exciting at all. I think you'd get quite bored with that quite quickly. But I suppose if I do things from time to time, I might be able to do some... video of it. At the moment, I've got absolutely no idea. I don't really know. Let's concentrate on just getting the first bit out. Right, we get that one onto there, and we get the second trailer onto there, and then we'll highlight the third trailer, and we're unloading already. How are we doing on the map? Let's have a look on the map. We've got our 4 combines traveling over here. Growth over there. Tell you what, we're getting through it pretty quick, and then we've just got this strip up through here. I'm going to work through the entire harvest. We've done this much now, so that bit up there I don't think is going to end up getting harvested, is it? That's all going to be game over for us, really. That bit, he's going to come over to there. We are doing really well on this. Like I'm amazed at like how well we are actually doing with this harvest. It's considering that I was doing courseplay on all of this. I am amazed that it is doing what it's doing. Like, I thought for sure that we wouldn't actually be able to do the harvest at all, and it would just go horribly wrong, but that's not happened. We have actually been able to get stuff being harvested. I mean, yes, admittedly, it's not gone all that smoothly. We have had a number of slight hang-ups, could we call it? Would we classify them as slight hang-ups, the little issues that we've been... Well, that's about all we've got time for in today's episode, so we're going to go and take a little bit of a break. We need to chill out on the beach, relax, and build up some strength. So while we're doing that, if you've enjoyed the episode, then could you please head down below and give us a like, and if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me, get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.